Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Erica. And whether you're here for the first time or returning, thank you so much for your presence. This channel is dedicated to nurses prioritizing caring for themselves as a way of being of the greatest service to the world. And this video is about soul care. We often hear about self-care. It's a really common term used nowadays, often referring to the daily activities that we do to care for our bodies, our minds, and sometimes our spirits. It's, for example, a cup of coffee or tea in the morning, taking a walk for our break, doing a exercise class. So these are some examples of the things that we do on a regular basis to care for ourselves. And it often can become like a checklist, another to-do item on our daily long list of to-dos. And so soul care goes beyond that to-do list. It goes beyond those tasks to really care for ourselves on a soul level, on a spiritual level. Soul care is about connecting to the universal source, the universal knowing, to the universal purpose at our highest level of who we are, at the core, the essence of ourselves. The deepest part of ourselves is about caring for that part of ourselves so that we can be sustained and so that we can do the greatest work that we can in this world and that we can live out our purpose with joy and with meaning. Soul care is often thought of as a religious connotation, but I'd like to take it beyond that and have it accessible for all beings, religious or not. I think anyone can practice soul care. We're all spiritual beings, and we all need to nourish our spirit to be renewed and rejuvenated and to be able to do our greatest work in the world and to really live out our purpose. And I feel this is essential for nurses. In my opinion, all nurses are healers. And so we need to embody healing. We need to do the work to heal ourselves so that we can really be there to help others in the healing process, to help systems be healing sources for humanity. So my most recent experience by the bedside was with my mother a couple months ago. I'm now working in nursing academia and leadership roles, and I have been for quite some time now. So I haven't been at the bedside, but when I was caring for my mother a few months ago, I was reminded of soul care. I was practicing soul care and not really totally aware that I was doing that. But self-care to me, I understood that. And I knew I needed to go to the bathroom and take breaks. And as a caregiver, I needed to replenish my body. But one of the things that was different as I cared for my mother, which I wish I had learned to do as I was in nursing school, that I think would have really helped me serve in the healing of humanity at a much broader and deeper level, was that I tuned in. As I was caring for her in the hospital, I started tuning into my heart because it was so busy in the hospital, because I hadn't been by the bedside in so long. I got to see everybody coming in and out and just the busyness of it all. And it seemed like my mother was getting lost in all of the busyness. And she was screaming, her body was screaming, maybe not verbally, but was screaming that, I'm here, care for me, tune in with me. And the busyness was really causing her a lot of stress. And so by tuning into my heart, I was able to connect with my core, my spirit, and to tune into what my mother needed for her healing at that time. And I did what I needed to do to hear what I needed to hear to provide her the environment of healing through my own essence. And I believe by doing this that she was able to get out of that hospital a lot sooner. I was able to tune in and be a stronger advocate and help her heal far quicker than she would have if I hadn't taken that time to nourish my own soul, to really tune into my own feelings, and to take care of me in the way that I needed to take care so I could hear what I needed to do to be of greatest healing service to my mother. And that's why I think soul care is essential for nurses, because in the role of a healer, we have to do the work to care for our spirits and to heal ourselves so we can be of greatest service for others. We have to embody that. I always believed as a nurse throughout my 20 plus years of nursing that I needed to embody the healing that I was providing to others and to systems. That if I was asking people to be their healthiest selves, that I needed to do that as well. I didn't feel like I could tell people to break unhealthy habits by eating healthier, exercising more, taking medication, seeing their doctor, when I myself wasn't doing that. And I feel like it's an epidemic in nursing for nurses to not take care of their health, to not be the greatest model of health for their patients and systems in which they work. Nurses are often stressed, tired, burnt out, and this impedes their ability to care for themselves. And they often put themselves last on the list of caring, when it should be reversed, and nurses should be prioritizing caring for themselves. Because as you see, if it's essential to the healing of those in which we work. So I want to recommend as a nurse that you work on tuning in to your heart and what your soul is calling for you to do in that moment to heal and to replenish and to tune out all of the distractions and the busyness that get in the way of hearing the soul's cry for what is necessary for one's healing. And that nurses, that we do this on a consistent basis, that we make this not a one-time done deal, that we remember healing as a process, and we need to consistently be aware of what we need on a spiritual level and respond to that so we can be of greatest service to humanity. So thank you so much for tuning in. I encourage you to practice soul care. Love to hear about how that goes and to hear about your views. Feel free to leave a comment. And in the meantime, always take the time to nurse yourself.